Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dorian Destinations Podcast, episode 2, our new season. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
I'm exhausted. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
We're gonna lie. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna wake up for this one because I think this one is dedicated to Morocco.
Yes, we spent the holidays there.
Yeah, and I'm wearing an M. I mean, this is a Miami Hurricanes app, but
Really?
yeah, but I think I'm gonna use it today for Morocco. It means Morocco because we're gonna dive into Morocco. I think we fell in love with a new country, right? Like I did.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go there, but I definitely,
Like that, yeah.
I definitely,
Why are you so like?
you're my co-host.
Yeah, like you're so like we're married, right?
I know, but I haven't Kingston's making a cameo today.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Morocco. This has been on my bucket list for over 20 years, maybe even longer. And I'm happy we finally did it as a family, which I thought made it even cooler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When you first said, "Hey, babe, I want to do something Christmassy this year," I'm like, "Yeah,
that was the plan.
What are you gonna do, babe? What do you want to do?"
No, we were supposed to go now. Actually, we were supposed to leave the last week of January, and we were supposed to be there for my birthday, which is on Sunday. And that was the original plan. But my daughter got a huge lead in a play, and the dates weren't working. So I said, let's just leave Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean, nothing screams out Christmas like the Sahara Desert. That's that
we
was.
saw snow. So
We did see snow. To your defense, and actually Christmas trees. A lot of Christmas trees.
Yes, there was Christmas trees everywhere. We didn't hear any Christmas music, obviously, but there was Christmas trees.
I mean, the call of prayer was kind of
but it was beautiful.
It was.
And there was Christmas trees everywhere. It's a big blend of cultures. I think there's that was a really big misconception. We just it was magical. I guess are we going to talk deeper about it, or
yeah, we are. So we're gonna first go through some travel news first, but we're definitely gonna dive into M for Morocco. But the first news I want to talk about, babe, there was a list that came out of the most walkable tourist destinations on Earth, and Florence, Venice, Paris, and
Dubrovnik.
Thank you for the correction. Were at one of the most walkable places. In the world.
I mean, you don't really have an option in Venice, so
yeah. I mean,
but yes, Paris obviously is beautiful. It's like New York. You can walk around. Florence is magical.
Yeah. Haven't been. I'm still on my bucket list. Hopefully I could get there one day. But
it's a lot like Verona, so it has that vibe. But yeah, they're all walkable. I think Rome is very walkable too.
Yeah, it's just not as it's too big.
But Paris is huge.
Yeah, but there's the main things that you want to see in Paris are pretty walkable. Like you go to the Louvre and then go to the Arc of Triumph. Like it's right there. Like you could it's like you could hit major things. I think London's walkable.
No, because we were staying at one side by the castle, and we were trying to get to the Tower Bridge, and we had to take a cab unless you wanted to walk a couple miles.
Well, the point is, babe, that if you want to put your steps in, you better book Florence, Venice, Paris, and Dubrovnik.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been to all of those places.
Yeah, we'll keep rubbing it in. Anyways, this is not so new, this news right now, but it's something I think we should talk about. American Airlines finally got with it and is providing free Wi-Fi to their travelers.
But is it all travelers or special travelers?
Well, it says here, announced free in-flight Wi-Fi for loyalty members. So that means that you have to have
your points and all of that.
I'm not gonna say mine, but yeah, you have to have the loyalty number, and then you get free Wi-Fi. But then Delta has had it for a while. I think JetBlue's had it for a while.
Well, I know we just flew from Morocco. We used Air France, a Delta interchangeable company, but I actually needed to get on Wi-Fi. I never do Wi-Fi just because I'm traveling. I like to disconnect, but I did need to get on, and it allowed me to use my miles. So I
You
used
have
my
to pay.
miles to pay. So I didn't
Yeah.
have to pay. So I
Yeah.
didn't mind doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, like one of the things that they say that it's not truly free because you have to sign up for their loyalty program.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're flying a lot, you should have. We have all the loyalty programs.
Yeah. Well, the only restrictions they have right now, and they are going to expand, is that it's only for domestic and narrow. What? How is it that they put it? Narrow-bodied aircraft.
What do you mean, like smaller aircraft?
Yeah. So the Ozempic ones, the ones out on Ozempic, the Ariana Grande
No,
aircraft.
it's probably the smaller ones that just do the smaller like
Yeah.
airports. Oh well, you know.
Yeah. All right. So obviously you weren't blown away by that one, but
No.
I will give you.
I don't care for Wi-Fi.
I do. I need Wi-Fi all the time. So news number 3, one of the biggest. They have the biggest travel trends of 2026, and some of the top predicted trends are slow travel over country hopping, which I like. That's the way I like to travel. In other words, you don't do the Cuban 15 countries in 14 days. I hate that type of travel. AI powered itinerary planning. That's something that's anti travel advisor, but
Yeah, well, I to talk about that, that's where the ASTA verified travel advisors that are coming in. So make sure you look for those travel advisors, and they're really pushing that certification, because it kind of limits or instead of using that AI doing an itinerary, you actually using a travel planner. I mean, I think AI is great. It probably give you a quick guide, but it's not traveling. It doesn't really know the depths of the trains and the in and outs and the traffic and all that.
yeah, I think AI is a great tool to start a
help.
foundation of what you want to do, right?
I
Like,
think it's a
hey,
good foundation.
like if I want to see this, okay, here are the dates, but what's gonna make and enrich the trip is the travel advisor.
The travel advisor, the one that's been there, has done the actual legwork, eaten at the restaurants, met the people, and really have those experiences. I mean, I love traveling, but I also love being able to come back from a country and then share my knowledge with my clients. That's like my favorite.
Yeah.
My AI can't do that.
No, they can't. And you know what? AI can't make you rest when you come back from a trip because I need at least
No,
a week and a half.
but yes, I am seeing slow travel a lot more.
It's better. Like the thing is, I get it. It's expensive to travel, so you want to see as much as possible with the money that you're spending. I understand that, but you're not gonna see anything.
But I also feel like travel trends have changed. So I think, I think we're perfect example, and I think COVID changed it. I think back in the day, families would save their money and do this one big trip for the year, right? So they would do, all those countries in X amount of time, and then that was it, right? The families didn't travel for the next couple of years. I think because of COVID, a lot of people are working from home. They're able to work on the road, so they're able to do that. Like, hey, I can work in another country for a week and have that luxury. And I think people are using their vacation days, whereas saving their vacation days. And as well as I feel more people are taking more trips, whereas it's not that one big trip. Like I have clients now that are traveling in the fall, and it's the same clients that are going to travel in spring.
Well, that's a great point because the other trend that they talked about was off season and secondary destinations.
Yeah, off season is the best time to go. I've said this a million times. It's not ideal to take your kids from school for a week, but it's less.
It is if you're traveling.
It is if you're traveling, and if you talk to your schools and your principal and the teachers, they're pretty open. And I think travel is important just as much as education is. So, I mean, you're not taking them out a month and doing that's, I think, within reason. But if you're able to do that and use that like spring break, then jump on, add a couple more days to that spring break. Now you got 2 weeks and go to Europe. Same thing with fall break. And then use those off seasons to travel abroad.
Yeah, I agree. So those were the top 3 news things that we wanted to cover. But now we're gonna get into the Morocco situation.
All right.
Okay, you ready for this? And I'm gonna test you.
Ready.
And I'm gonna test you.
I don't read it.
No, you don't read it because I want to test you now that you're Miss Morocco and you're doing your little trip in June. Is it June?
I'm leaving June 8th.
Yeah. And you're leaving where to Egypt without me? Where? When?
Okay, another podcast.
Another podcast. So it's great. I'm gonna do a podcast about her going to Egypt, and then that's gonna be a very sad podcast.
It's lonely podcast.
It's a lonely podcast. A podcast of one.
Kingston could be part of the podcast.
A podcast of one. I'm like, oh, you miss mommy? Yes, I miss mommy. All right. Fact or fiction?
Okay, ready.
Morocco's unsafe for solo travelers.
Absolutely not. And I have been, even though I had not been there, I had already known this answer. However, if you would have asked my husband before we left, he would have said,
yes. I look, I guilty. And actually, one of our travel guys, which I'm going to tag on this, which by the way, they're like my brothers from another mother. Amazing people. Love these guys. Amazing. I even told him, I'm like, look, I was guilty of it. Like I had this preconceived notion of Morocco, and it's unsafe. And this, I think we live in a world now that we trust algorithms versus people now. And I think that's unfortunate. I'm glad I was proven wrong. Because I fell in love with this country. I really did. And the people of the country. So.
Yeah. And it's very liberal. I don't think.
Well, it's not liberal, but it's relaxed. It's in terms.
No, but it is compared to other Muslim countries. It's their, tank tops are okay. Shorts, I think they're just a little bit more open. I think that was the misconception that I even friends and family that I'm like, it's not like that. It's not like that at all.
Yeah, my parents were terrified, and I told this to our tour guide as well. And it's like, first of all, I would never take my children to a place that's unsafe. Yeah, let's start there. Never do that. But I'm glad that my kids saw Morocco, and they saw something that's real, not in an algorithm and propaganda and all the sorts of stuff that we just get fed in day in and day out. That's all it's funny. So social media has become the most antisocial tool I've ever seen in my life. So actually experiencing it is
completely different.
It's completely different. So it's definitely fiction. Morocco is safe. As a matter of fact, it's one of the top, if not the most visited country. I think there was a new study that showed Morocco has surpassed Egypt as the most visited.
And Egypt's, they're surpassing Italy, and Egypt's right there because now things have changed for the positive in Egypt. So now this year is a big Egypt, like they're pushing their tourism there big time. So much so that I'm leaving to go there.
Yeah, without her husband. So, anyways, next fact or fiction.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
You must bargain in Moroccan souks.
Souks. So they like to bargain. I don't like to bargain. I don't have the energy.
But it's not you.
No, and I thought that, so once again, you think, okay, this is social media. Like, I don't believe half the things we see on social media, but they do. I wanted something. He told me some absurd price. I was like, oh, I don't have the energy. I was like, no, it's okay. And I walked away. And then he started saying, no, I could do it for this and that. And then I went in. I was like, okay. And then he tricked me and he's like, no, it's this. I'm like, you just told me it was this price. And I don't know if it's the banter. I don't know. And he's laughing. So I don't know if it's the banter, the interaction. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, it's culturally expected.
I got what I wanted for the price that I wanted.
Yeah. I think it's so that's really true that it's culturally it's expected for you to go there and say, nah, I'll give it to you for $5. You're not being rude. You're not being disrespectful. So when you go to Morocco, bargain.
I even left the store and he waved us down again.
Yeah.
And then I went back. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah. Again, she didn't buy anything for her husband. But anyway, so next one.
Yeah.
You ready? Morocco only appeals to luxury travelers.
No, at all. I think what's the beauty about Morocco is that it appeals to everybody. I think there's a price range for everybody, and it's a very affordable country. So I don't think that's the truth. I don't think.
Well, you're absolutely correct. That's fiction. It does offer anywhere between backpacker, mid-range, and luxury options, which I think we've seen all of those.
We did that. So this trip that we did, not only was it part of my bucket list, I went as as a tourist, but I also, when I do these trips, it is for me to be well educated and to have the best information. So I think we did it. We did some things very luxury and then some things middle ground. And I'm glad
Yeah,
we did
I
it.
love the luxury.
No, I know.
I love the luxury.
But I think overall, even the middle ground was still to me beautiful.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so I don't. It was just stunning. It
Well,
really.
the great thing is that I think what's going to happen with Morocco now that the World Cup is going to be shared
Yes,
in 2030
2030.
with Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, I think it's people are going to see the diversity of tourism there. I'm just a big fan. I
They're
honestly am.
fixing their roads, so they're.
Well, this leads us to our next factor
Oh,
fiction.
sorry.
Are you ready?
No, I didn't. Okay.
Morocco has high speed rail.
Wait.
Factor fiction.
Rail as in train.
Yes.
Yes, but it only goes north to south if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. It's
Okay.
Al-Borke
And
or
it goes
Babokra. I can't.
from
I'm just on.
Tangier to Casablanca. We
Yeah.
were gonna take it.
Yeah, but it's 200 miles per hour. And I didn't want to do it.
Well, no, and we also changed our plane tickets.
Got to.
But their roads, so the roads are scary, but they are
They're not that scary. The roads
it's
are not that scary.
meaning like it's a one way and one way, and they love to pass each other.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I felt more safe there than I do like I think when in Italy. In Italy, I thought I was gonna die.
So I was the one that was driving us.
Not that big bus with the kids, and I was crying.
We did a field trip
No.
with kids. Anyway, we're diversing, but the roads
No,
are
we're not diversing. We're digressing.
digressing.
Diversing means that we're gonna have multiple like cultures in this conversation. That's diversing. Sorry.
Are you done?
Yes.
So the roads are they're not like 2 lane, they're 1 lanes. So that's what I was trying to get at. And so we saw when we were getting closer to like Fez and Tangier and closer to like where the World Cups and where the stadiums are going to be, we saw them really, I'm talking about like for miles and
Yeah.
miles working on the roads. And that is all because they're preparing for the World Cup. And I
Yeah.
think it's going to be amazing. 2030.
Yeah, I think Morocco's gonna see a bright future after 2030 because I'm telling you, once you go there, you eat the food, you experience the people, you experience the history, the beauty. Forget about it.
It was really nice.
Again, it's like your 360 that you say it's yours, but it's mine. That it has the people, it has the food, and it has the history. It has a trifecta. So I'm again M for Morocco. All right, last one, and this is a great one because
Okay.
this was a big sticking point for me. I think the light died. Okay, big sticking point for me, and I'm glad that I was wrong. You can drink alcohol legally in Morocco.
So it is a dry country, but alcohol is legal. What does that mean? All the hotels, I shouldn't say all, most of the hotels and not all restaurants do have alcohol, and you can buy it in the stores.
So it's not illegal to drink.
It's not illegal, but it is considered a dry
It's
country.
restricted.
So, and that's just because of their culture. So alcohol is just not like a big thing there. So that's the reasoning. But with that being said, when we first got to Marrakesh, our hotel had alcohol and we didn't have an issue. And we went to a rooftop, they had alcohol. And I'm talking about like tequila, vodka and all of that, plus wine and stuff. And then once we left Marrakesh, we were heading into the Sahara Desert. So no, we didn't have it, but we went to a grocery store and we got a few bottles because we knew once we got into the Sahara Desert, it was going to be a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult. And they're so nice about it because we were going to be there for New Year's, and I emailed like the hotel, and they were like, "No, we don't have, but you could bring it to dinner. We're very okay with that. We'll keep it on ice." So it wasn't a huge issue because I did hear that other Muslim countries will not even take your alcohol if you bring it. Like
Yeah.
they won't. So they're very, very open to that, and it may change too because I think with tourism maybe.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I think they understand how it helps the economy. I did speak to our driver that was with us the whole week, which he's like family now, and he did mention that tourism is the main economic driver, and you have to adapt. At the end of the day, you have to adapt, to make sure your people are living great, and have work. All right, So that was it. Fact or fiction.
Can
I think you passed.
I
Yeah,
did. Okay, I'm gonna
I
open
think you
this again.
passed. So our next segment is 5 travel tips, but for Morocco specifically.
Okay.
Okay, which I think you're gonna like this. So why don't you start us off there?
So hack or tip number one, uh plan for cash.
Yeah,
We learned that. I had
Yeah.
heard that too. So like money markets, they only take cash.
Yeah.
Taxis are cash only. There are ATMs everywhere. There was not one place that when we needed an ATM, they were there and we didn't have any issues.
which by the way, after doing research and experiencing this, the best, most economical way of taking cash out is a bank, specifically an ATM that's attached to a physical bank. That's where you get the lowest fees and all that. So that's the best way to convert your money. You just take out your money from your bank account on that ATM, and that's the best and most affordable way to
Yeah,
convert.
they do they have their own Moroccan money, but euros are hugely used there as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they kind of do the conversion for you. So like when you buy stuff, they're like, instead of you doing the math, they're like, oh, it's 20 euro. Like they
Tell
refer
you
to
the
euro.
different ones, yeah.
Yeah. So, but which is about, I think it was what 100
Was
of
10, 100
no 100 of theirs
is
with
10.
one of ours.
Oh, was it one?
Yeah, yeah. So
So and also too with the taxis, we didn't take a taxi, but you have to negotiate, and I did see, we saw a group of people. You do need to negotiate your price before you get into the taxi, which is unheard of. We're not used to that, right? In the States or in Europe, you just kind of jump in and the meter runs. Here you got to negotiate your price before your ride.
yeah, good. That's 2 tips in one, by the way. All right. So dress respectfully, even though it is a looser type of Muslim country, you still have to respect the culture. Conservative clothing, and especially important in rural areas. They just want you. There's the rural areas tend to be more traditional, and thus you have to respect, right? And I'm a big believer in respecting the country that you go to, whether you're staying there, as an immigrant or just travel visiting. Respect the culture, respect what is the norm, and so dress respectfully, especially if you're going to go to some sort of religious building. I think it's something to keep in mind.
Yes. So hack number three, and this is like the main reason why I needed to get to Morocco, are the riads, and these are like older, where the kings and stuff, and they live in these beautiful riads. They don't look like much from the outside, so it just looks like walls, and some of them don't have any windows at all, or even small. And then you go through these alleyways, and the doors open, and you're like, I just walked into awesomeness.
Yeah.
And your mouth is open. The tile work, the architecture, for me, this is what has been driven me to get to this country, and it's just so beautiful. So we got to stay in two of them, one in Fez and the other one in Marrakesh.
Yeah.
That were really old, and they're beautiful because the balconies are on the inside of the walls. So there's balconies all inside, not outside. So you can sit outside. It's
And the
usually
sun comes from the top.
yeah, there's like a big atrium, so it like rains in the inside, but it's just so beautiful and stunning. And we did stay in those riads. I'm gonna go there. I want to make sure that I'm doing the experience of what Morocco is gonna offer us.
Yeah, I love the Riyadh. I'm gonna be honest, and you know me, I'm very picky where I stay.
They're so pretty.
When you throw me that hippie stuff.
Now we did in the Sahara Desert. Actually, today I was talking about my trip today. We were in the Sahara Desert, and they're like, "But where did you sleep?" And I said, "In a tent." And it's their luxury glam tents, and they're so beautiful. They have AC,
or heat.
or heat. Well, we were in the cold, so they had heat, full bathrooms, showers, like everything works fine. But you are out in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah. So yeah, use Riyadh. I highly recommend it. So I think you should, to communicate there, and I'm going to add a one that's not on this list, but you should know at least basic French, some Arabic, and even Spanish in some parts of, like in the coastal towns like Tangier. They do speak some Spanish there, but French is widely spoken because again, they were colonized by Spain. So I mean, French.
French.
Sorry, and yeah, just a simple greeting goes a long way, and that's one of the things that our tour guide told us when we went through the markets. He just gave us a few words of like, no, thank you, you know, things that will help us walk through the market. And our girls, I was proud of them. They learned those few
They
words
were
real
learning,
quick.
they were speaking some Arabic.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. So I think you have it here. I think it was the next one about hiring. The next hack or tip is to hire a local guide. I do these in all countries. This is not just Morocco. I really try to do this in all countries. I love tours. It's the nerd in me. But as much as I read or I can sit here and watch things on TV or been obsessed with different countries, and I think I know all of these things, when you're there with a local guide, you're really getting that insight. And what I love about talking to these local guides, you know, they're sitting there talking to them. This is their home, and they're so proud to share
Yeah.
things with us that we don't know. Their history and their culture, and you know, and why they don't drink, and why we didn't see any drug issues like at all. Like, you know, you think like,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, you go to some parts in other
Yeah, like fentanyl, is that a thing?
like,
You know what I mean?
right? You go to different parts of the world and you're like, oh, that guy's on something. I did not see that here at all. And talking about like how Muslims take care of other people, that they don't let people sleep outside. Nobody is homeless. And you're hearing about how beautiful their culture is. And, you know, hearing them do the call of prayer 5 times. And at first, you know, we're not used to this. This is something that doesn't
Yeah.
happen, right? It doesn't happen in Europe. It doesn't happen in the Caribbean or the States. And at first, when you hear it, it takes you back for a second because we're not used to it. And then we got used to it. And at one point, I was sitting there thinking, like, you know, we sing in church, but we sing inside, you know, or we pray inside. And for me, I started thinking, I'm like, oh my God, they're sharing their prayer with everybody that's there.
Mm.
And I just really thought how beautiful it truly was. And we got to hear our last call of prayer on New Year's Eve evening. So that was really nice. It was like a thank you, Morocco. Like, thank
Yeah.
you for sharing this culture.
You know, and honestly, I was, you know, taken back by it initially, but like, you know, I'm telling you, it's what this trip taught us, or taught me specifically,
Our children.
is you know, learn from these people, connect with these people. I'm telling you, these gentlemen, and I'm gonna put their pictures up.
They were wonderful.
They're my brothers from another mother. Like, that's it. Like, I told them, you have family in Miami, because they're just wonderful guys, and we probably have our two different sides of the spectrum, but there's mutual respect and mutual, you know, just courtesy and just nice. It's just respect, and that's something that, you know, the world is lacking a lot, because we take the word of an algorithm versus a person, and that to me is,
And it's human connection, right?
Yeah,
Like, you don't know
so-
until you know.
yeah. So get those local guides, because I think not only are you getting information from them, but you're learning from a person from that place, and that's what you want. You want to connect with somebody from that place, and boy, we got some good people.
We got
some great people.
amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tag all of you. So all right, so this is our second to last segment. This is the best of Morocco. Okay, this is pretty much some places that we did experience ourselves firsthand, and I could tell you that I think all of them in this list, to me, touched me in a different way, and I think you guys need to check it out. So you want to start us off, Menda?
Yes.
Yeah,
Riri.
put on
So
your
the first one is
glasses.
in Marrakesh, which it's the Medina, and it's the el-Fnaa Square, and it's the souks, and that's where all of the shopping and everything is happening. So we actually got a private tour.
Well, just I think we should like let the people know what a Medina is.
I'm just gonna get there.
Oh, sorry.
What was really cool is that we got to see like a newer Medina and an older Medina, and they're huge. And this is like where all of their shopping was happening, all of the exchange of like their ingredients and things. Salt is a huge the seller that was there. There was like a huge exchange of money in Morocco. So that's where it's happening. These markets are happening. They're doing meats, their spices, jewelry, gold, metal, pots, all sorts of stuff are happening. So we got to see an older one, which was actually because the Jewish has really took over. There's a lot of influence of the Jewish culture. So there's one that was first started with the Jewish people that first came there, and then now they're there, and then there was like a newer one, and we got to do both sides. So we walked in through one side and we went out through the other. And it's pretty massive. I can see how you can get lost because it is a lot of windy roads.
Yeah.
And I will say this: the one in Marrakesh is a little scary because they allow donkeys and mopeds in there, whereas the other ones that we had gone to in the other cities do not. So that was a little scary. Like I thought my kids were going to get ran over.
Okay, well, it was safe. The second one that we experienced is Sahara Desert, specifically the Merzega Desert or portion of it. Obviously, to me, I felt like Timothy Chalamet and Dune. I was just like blown away. I loved it. Sahara Desert is a must do. Camel trekking, the quads with the four wheelers going through the sands. I mean, and one of the best things is that you do understand what Berber culture is, and that to me was like brand new, in my mind. So those that don't know, Berber are the natives of Morocco. They were like I guess the Native Americans, if you will, from us, like of them, the natives, the original people, and then the Turk. What are you?
No.
Why are you laughing at me?
The Sahara Desert when we got there.
Wait. This is my piece.
Oh, and I wanted to add to it.
So I didn't add to yours.
You should have if you have input. That's like we're bantering.
Jesus. Go. Banter your way.
So when we went to the Sahara Desert the first night that we slept there, we had an amazing party at the fire pits and what have you. But the owner goes, "We're gonna turn off all the lights and turn the fire off so that we can see the stars." And I'm like, oh my God. And when he did that, first of all, it's the eeriest feeling in the world, but it's the most beautiful, peaceful thing we ever had. And one of the guys that was there, who worked there, he's like, "You want to walk out into the desert? Can I show you some stuff?" And I'm like, okay. So everybody was sleeping, but it was me and my daughter. And he started showing us and telling, that was another thing. He's like telling us stories that he was born in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
So he was saying,
these are guys that
are
grew
from
up
there
in the Sahara Desert.
So,
Like try to think of that. They grew up in the Sahara Desert. So
and he's telling me that he didn't know the name of the stars because he only knew them because Berber has their own language. So he said he only knew it in Berber. And then when he started going to school and learning Arabic, he learned it in Arabic. But because tourism started coming in and all of these French, and mostly the French and then the Europeans, he went and got a book and he was like looking to see like what the names were because he has been fascinated with these stories of the stars from his grandmother and how the only way they got home was because of this star and this star. And I was in awe of just everything. I mean, he knew every scientific name. I was just blown away. Yeah. So it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was interesting to see these men that grew up there and their love for it. I even asked them, I'm like, don't you want to like get away? Don't you want to go to like to? He's like, are you crazy?
He's like, I live in the Sahara.
Yeah, he goes, "This is the most magical place on earth," and I'm like, you know what? I can't argue that. So, kudos to them.
Okay, so the next one is Szechuan, which was the place where I wanted to go, and everyone knows it as the Blue City or the Blue Pearl. It's just amazing. So it's a little far. I was not expecting it. It's super tiny. But the reason why it's so beautiful is because it's so beautiful. It's blue. And it's like one of the most photographed places in Morocco.
On Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On Earth. I mean, it's just stunning. So I had to get there. And it's true story. It used to be like the Irish, you hear me? The Jewish ghetto, and it's called Mela, and Mela means salt, which you get peering around a lot. And so they were painting the walls blue. And then now it's mostly now it's all Moroccans that are living there that are not Jewish. They had a huge Christmas tree in the center of the city, which was pretty funny. And now even the floors are blues, and they just kept going with the blue and stuff like that. But it's so pretty, so pretty. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was magical. I would go there again because it's a good place to chill, like to just relax, so if you do like 2 or 3 days chaotic, in Morocco, maybe, book it in the middle so that way you could just stop, chill, relax, and then regain your energy and then do the rest of Morocco. That's one way of doing
Yeah,
it.
there's nothing to do there, but it is very pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. So the next one is Fez el-Bali, which is so Fez is divided into like I think three sections, right? And el-Bali is the most ancient. I think it was 800, the ninth century. Basically, it was founded, and then as it expanded, it grew like a different name.
It's
because of different-
massive.
So yeah, it's massive. It is the world's largest car-free urban zone, and it does have basically it's ancient. I mean, think about it. It's in ninth century, so it's really old. I actually
800.
yeah, I actually liked Fez a lot.
He likes Fez a lot. It was we didn't have enough time there.
Yeah, I wish
It's
I had
very
more
busy,
time
yeah.
because it's a little Marrakesh is awesome, but I feel like Fez is like
But it is the oldest city in
it is
Morocco.
the oldest city in Morocco, but I feel like it had a little bit of injection of like hustle and like
Well, they said that that's where all of the trading took place was
Yeah.
in Fez. I mean, it was beautiful, and we had a separate guide there, which thank God because there's so much to see. We were like running around,
Yeah.
and I mean, it was stunning.
Yeah.
It was nice.
All right, so the last one,
It's the Atlas Mountains.
that's where we saw snow, by the way.
Yeah, so we were in the Atlas Mountains. The Atlas Mountains has high, middle, and what is it? Small mountains, middle mountains, and they have the Atlas Mountains. And on the other side of the Atlas Mountains, there's another range, and that's where they call it's called el-Fnaa, and it looks like Little Switzerland. And there was like 2-3 foot snow. I mean, it was insane.
Weird.
But it's stunning, the Atlas Mountains. And we actually went through a storm to go. Remember, we were in a storm. We got out of the car and
No, I was probably sleeping.
but we got out, took pictures. It was like the whole front of the car had snow.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. They're very, very, very,
Yeah.
very pretty.
So that's our best of Morocco. I think. Listen, you're going there in June. I think please listen to this podcast because if this does interest you, I highly recommend you join that trip. It's only females. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't want any gentlemen going with my wife that I'm not going to be there. But anyways, so yes, please consider it because it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. I mean, countries in the world. But now we're gonna segue to our last segment, and this is our hot topic segment.
Okay.
This is where we're gonna talk about some stuff that leads to good conversation and stern conversation. So basically, our hot topic, and I think we kind of alluded to it and we touched upon it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Is Morocco safe?
Yes.
Right? Is Morocco a safe destination? For me, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I did not think that going in there. I was in the like it's crazy. Now that after going there and then coming back, and I'm hearing you set up this trip for the girls, I'm hearing the doubt, like, oh my God, is it safe for just girls? Yes, I'm telling you, I will not take my kids to places that are dangerous. And even after experiencing them and experiencing this country, I like, yes, it's completely safe.
It was funny. We got to one of our hotels. It was actually a Riyadh, and they didn't have a room for 4, but they had 2 suites. And whenever we've done that in a city that we don't know, usually I'll take one kid and he'll take the other just so that we're sleeping comfortably in 2 different rooms. And so I was like, oh, do you want to do that? And he's like, no, the kids can have their own room. And I was like, well, you feel safe.
Yeah.
He's like, I do. He's like, I totally feel fine. I'm like, okay. So I thought that was funny because my husband's a nervous Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the biggest thing that they have most crime reported there is petty theft, pickpocketing, and property related offenses.
And I can see that because it's so busy.
Yeah.
Like it's like people are bumping into each other. I can see it happening, but it's like that in Venice.
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, it's their crime index is just so you know is moderate to low. So it's not in the ratings of international, it's moderate to low. So it's not a dangerous country at all. And as a matter of fact, I think in 2025 they welcomed almost 20 million visitors, which that's an increase of about 14% the prior year. So it's a hot country.
They're supposed to double that this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's people go to places where they feel safe. They're not gonna go to places that are unsafe. And they had a 14% jump in tourism. That indicates something, right? So it's these are facts. This is not perception. These are facts that we did our research on, not only after we experienced it, but I wanted to make sure that we gave you facts because it's not just what we think. It's out there. It's not a dangerous country. Please visit Morocco because it's a country that I think it's gonna trend upwards in the next 5 years. I think. No.
Yeah.
So
Especially 2030.
so it's not much of a hot topic because we both agree on it.
Hot topic. I feel like hot pocket.
And it's like hot pockets. It's like hot pockets. So yeah, there we go. Episode 2 of season 2.
Yes, thank you guys for.
Did you like this episode or?
Yeah, I did, and I want to say thank you. It's funny. I've been like at travel conventions and stuff, and people have come up to me. They're like, "You and your husband are so funny," and I think I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
I don't even know these people, and they're in the travel industry, and I think I was so honored. Like to me, that was like, wow, like. I know I have my friends and family following along, but not random people. And I get that all the time. So I just want to say thank you. Like I think it's pretty cool.
And we have about 800 subscribers now to our YouTube
high
channel.
five.
And we did. If you guys can see that, we won an award for W3 for the category of travel and all that, and we're very proud of what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it started off to be funny and to fun and just be lighthearted.
Yeah. I mean, we're still funny and lighthearted. No, we just won awards for it.
Yeah, no, I know. Ciao bacalao. Yeah.
Ciao bacalao. Yeah. Ciao. Bacalao.